Hey, what is up, guys? Hope you guys are having a nice day today. We're just gonna be making a quick picks for LFA 174. This card's gonna be streaming on this upcoming Friday, in UFC Fight Pass. It's absolutely free, so you guys can watch it if you guys have UFC Fight Pass. And I'm likely gonna be doing a fight companion for this card, so you guys can come along and hang out with me while we watch this card together. And then we got a UFC Fight Night on Saturday, so this weekend's looking pretty good as an MMA fan. I cannot wait for finally to have some good fights back. Let's go over it, guys. We're gonna go over all the pro MMA fights. We got 11 fights overall on this card, and we're gonna start with the first women's MMA fight, which is the women's MMA fight here at flyweight. Cheyenne Bowers taking on Whitney Piles. And I do have to pick Cheyenne Bowers here. I think she's the more complete fighter here. She can go for takedowns. She's got the ground game. She's got a pretty okay jiu-jitsu on the ground. But she has been dropped before. So she's kind of chinny. She got dropped by Anna Crutchfield with a nasty left hook. I think it was a right hook. Can't remember which one it is, but it was in the first round. And she got hurt bad. But she was able to recover, get the takedowns, and get the submission. And that last win over Eileen Pereira. Alex Poetan, Perez's sister. She looked really good in that one, and that's the performance that really impressed me, because I did pick Eileen Pereira in that one because I thought her kickboxing was going to be too much for Bowers, but she showed that her MMA game is complete. And Whitney Piles, she's fought in Bellator against Tsukimo Inaba. She got knocked out brutally by a left hook, absolutely slept. She's been knocked out before. So I do think she's kind of chinny, but she does have some power in her own hands. So Cheyenne Bowers is going to have to watch out for that power. I don't really like the odds for her. She's sitting at minus 500 right now. Those odds are absolutely wild. She opened up at minus 350 and got bet up to minus 500. I'm not going anywhere near this fight betting-wise, but I do see her winning here, and I think she's going to get it done by decision likely. Could get a submission too. I could see her getting a submission, but I think it'll be a decision. Next up, guys, we're going to go to Marvin Miller taking on Corey Mberg. And I do have to pick Marvin Miller here. I think he's a better fighter. He's got more power, but he's not the biggest guy for a light heavyweight. He should technically be fighting at welterweight or middleweight, to be honest, but he's a pretty thick boy. Hasn't fought the best level of competition out there, but he's been fighting okay, guys. I do think Corey Mberg probably has fought the better level of competition. He's fought in Bellator before, even though he's getting knocked out left and right. But he's fought Thomas Peterson in LFA before. Thomas Peterson is in the UFC now, and he's got a fight coming up soon. So no shame losing to Thomas Peterson, but he's been knocked out 5 times at this point. So I can't really trust his durability anymore. And Marvin Miller has been looking pretty good. I'm not really looking to bet on this fight because he's minus 800 right now. He was minus 1200. So some dog money coming in Corey Mberg. And I do think there's some value in Corey Mberg, but I can't really trust his durability. I personally can't get myself there to bet on him at these odds. But plus 800 is not that bad, to be honest. I think it's plus 500, to be honest. Corey Mberg is plus 550 right now. If I got plus 1000, I probably would have sprinkled something on him. But now that he's plus 550, I can't get myself to do it. But I do think Marvin Miller is going to get it done. I'll say knockout, first round knockout for Marvin Miller. Next up, guys, we got Kendra McIntyre taking on Jaden Shyshey. And I do have to pick Kendra McIntyre. I can't keep butchering their name, but I do have to pick Kendra here. I think she's gonna get it done. She's got Muay Thai background. And she's looked really good. She was able to defend the majority of the takedowns against Diana Sanchez and Invicta. I went back and watched that fight. Pretty horrible fight to watch because it wasn't that exciting. But Kendra did crack her a couple of times on the feet. She's got really good crisp striking. For MMA, I do think she's gonna go a long way with her skill set on the feet. And she's got really good sprawls on the ground. She can defend the takedowns or stay safe on the ground even when she does get taken down. But only third fight into her career, I do think we're gonna see a lot of improvements from her. She's very athletic, and not the smallest girl for the weight class, fighting at strawweight. JD, she's fought a rep. We saw rep fight on the last LFA card, and rep lost the fight. She got knocked out in the first round against rep. No shame there, but other than that, she's looked really good. So you got a win over Diamond Long. I mean, a submission win. I don't think she's going to be able to get a submission here. I do think McIntyre is probably going to be able to get the knockout on the feet. She's got a ton of power. She can crack on the feet. The odds are kind of crazy. I mean, she's sitting at McIntyre sitting at minus 400 right now. The lines haven't moved at all, and I can't get myself to bet better at minus 400. But I do think she's gonna get the win here, and I'm gonna pick her by knockout. Next up, guys, we got Wes Skulls taking on Maurice. Skulls is mostly a grappler. He's fought guys like Dylan Budka in the past. I mean, those guys are not that bad. I'm gonna pick Skulls here. I think he's got the better grappling, better wrestling. He was able to take down Dylan Budka a couple of times, get top position over him, get his back sometimes. Wasn't able to get anything done with the submission or anything, but I do think he's way better than Maurice here. He's only 27 years old. He's only gonna be proving more and more with time, and I think he can get this done. I mean, his only loss is coming to Dylan Budka, who put up a really good fight against Bikoyev, who's the champion right now, I think, in LFA. So I'm gonna pick Wes Skulls here. I think he can get a submission. Most people are picking him about submission. It makes sense. I do think he can get a submission over Maurice. And let's see the lines. I think Skulls is sitting at minus 400 right now. Opened up at minus 300. I do think he's a good parlay piece because I do think he's got a skill set. He's got a chin on him. You can crack him and he'll still be there. So I do think Skulls is going to get it done. He's a good parlay piece. Next up, guys, we got Dylan Samiro taking on Tanner Tremble. It's basically a layup fight for Tanner Tremble. But he's still got to prove it. I mean, hasn't fought the best level of competition out there. But both of these guys have fought similar level of competition, while Tanner has looked pretty good out there. Knocking guys out, submitting guys. It's good everywhere the fight goes. But I don't like the lines for it. I mean, the lines are kind of crazy for this fight. But I do have to pick Tanner Tremble here because I think he's the better fighter overall. But, I mean, this guy's no scrub, man. Dylan Samiro is no scrub. I know he's lost a couple of fights, but he's not that bad. But the way he got submitted against Nick Fistback, I mean, not a good look. So I'll pick Tremble by submission here. I think he can get a submission here. But am I going to be betting him at minus 300? Probably not. He opened up at minus 500, so got bet down to minus 300. I don't think he deserves a tag of minus 300 right now even. But I do think he's going to get it done. And there's some heavy favorites on this card, and I don't really agree with some of them, but I have to pick them because I do see them winning after doing research. But yeah, there's some big time favorites on this card. Next up, guys, we got Cody Milhausen taking on Caitlin Seve, and I'm gonna pick Caitlin Seve here. I think he's a really good prospect out of Canada, but he can get cracked, man. He's on the feet. He's not that good. But he throws pretty good head kicks out there, pretty good leg kicks, nice body kicks. He can mix in the grappling. He's mostly a grappler that can mix in grappling. And Cody Milhausen is a grappler. He fights out of Star BJJ, where guys like Angel Pacheco and those guys fight out of. And he's pretty good, man. This guy's not that bad, but I don't think he's going to be able to get a submission over Seve. And I think Seve can outwork him or beat him by like a submission of his own. I don't think he's going to knock him out or anything, but I know he got knocked out by Davey Young. It was a doctor's cut stoppage. I'll pick Seve by submission here. I think get a submission. He's a really good young prospect out of Canada, and I can't wait to see how good he does in the future. I think we'll see the odds for that fight. Seve is sitting at minus 425 right now. Yeah, there's some big time favorites on this card, guys. There's going to be some underdogs that's got to win, right? But yeah, Cody Milhausen has got good grappling too. I've seen him submit this guy. He got that easy submission. As soon as he got the takedown, he got into side control and got that submission right away. It didn't take too long. So he's training at a good team, man. So he's probably not a bad underdog, but I just feel like Caitlin is the much better fighter overall. Much better on the feet. So if he can defend the takedowns, I think he can have success on the feet. Next up, guys, we got Steven Aspond taking on Billy Ray Valdez. These are two big heavyweights going at it, and I do have to pick Steven Asplund here. Asplund, damn it. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. I mean, okay. I wouldn't say he's like crazy good, but I watched a couple of his fights back, and he's done okay. I mean, not the worst guy out there. Heavyweight hasn't really fought the best level competition, but neither has Billy Billy Ray Valdez. He's competed in boxing in the past. He's got some knockout power on his own too. But I think Steven, he's really good with those guillotine chokes. When he hurts guys with the power, he's able to get these guys shooting on him naked. Then he just snatches that ninja choke or guillotine choke up right away. So I do have to pick Steven here. I think he can get it done by submission here. But Billy Ray Valdez, man, this dude's got some pretty good cardio for being a big heavyweight. And he's not the tallest guy for the weight class, so, but he's got pretty good striking though. He's got fundamental boxing, good boxing fundamentals. I mean, I'm fucking mumbling, but he's not that bad. I mean, he's pretty good. But I do think Steven Asplund is gonna get this done by submission. I'll say guillotine choke. Next up, guys, we got Quang Lee taking on Cody Peterson. Pretty not an easy matchup to pick, to be honest. But Quang Lee, I wasn't really that impressed with his performance last time. I know he beat up that guy Sal Guerrero. I did pick Sal Guerrero as underdog there, and that was a close fight, man. I mean, Sal Guerrero shot like over 10-15 takedowns on him, got like 10, almost like 7 or 8 of them, but couldn't really hold him down, and he got kind of pieced up on the feet. Was having some success landing some right hand, overhand rights here and there. Wasn't enough, in my opinion. One judge scored the fight for 30-27 Sal Guerrero. I kind of agree with the scorecards because I thought Sal Guerrero just did more than Lee did. And maybe I'm just a Lee doubter. I mean, maybe I'm just a doubter of Quang Lee. But I just can't get behind him at these odds. I mean, minus Quang Lee right now sitting at minus 325. Opened up at minus 300. He's minus 305 right now. So, oh man, I can't get myself to do it. He's been submitted in the amateurs in the past by Gabriel Vanderlip, who's a pretty good prospect in his own right. But yeah, man, he's fought some good guys out there, so I guess that's why he's heavily favored here. But this guy Cody Peterson, man, hasn't fought in 4 years. I watched that last fight of his. He got taken down and got that arm triangle in right away. And he's training with James Krause back then, so it's probably, I don't know if he's still training with James Krause out there, but James Krause was in his corner in that fight. He only had one fight in the last 8 years, so I don't know how committed he really is to the game anymore. So, but he's got some slick jiu-jitsu, man. But is he gonna submit a guy like Quang Lee, who's been fighting consistently, been active, fought like 5 times in the last 2 years, while this guy hasn't fought in almost 5 years? So, I gotta pick Quang Lee here. As much as I don't want to pick him because he's not that good. I mean, doesn't deserve that minus 300 money line tag at all. If I end up betting on this fight, I'll probably bet on Cody Peterson because I do think there's some value on him. Yeah, but damn it, man. I want to pick Cody Peterson so bad, but yeah, he's just hasn't been active, man. I can't pick a guy that's only fought once in the last 9 years. I gotta go Quang Lee by decision here. I think he'll get a decision here. It'll be a boring decision, I think. But he's got some good striking on the feet. He's crisp. Got some good power. Doesn't really have knockdown power though. But I think he can get this done. I mean, but Cody Peterson, I hope he gets it done because I don't like Quang Lee's style all that much. Cody Peterson, man, I don't know how committed he really is to the game. That's why I'm not really picking him here. I don't know why he's out for so long. And who knows if he's really been training for the last 5-6 years or not. The game's really evolved in the last 5 years. I think Quang Lee by I'll say knockout. I'll say knockout for Quang Lee. Next up, guys, we got Jacoby Jones taking on Keegan Gennrich. I gotta pick Jacoby Jones here. I know he's coming off a loss on Dynamite Contender Series, but he had a pretty good success in that fight. Landed almost 80 significant strikes against Daniel James Allen. I know he's over 3-1 favorite to win that fight, and I did pick him there. But he just kind of got outworked by Daniel James, who's a pretty big dude for the weight class. Had a big reach and height advantage over him. I think Daniel James Allen was like he's like 6 feet tall with a 75-inch reach. So Jacoby Jones just kind of got outworked there on the feet. He did have some success landing some good body shots in this fight. And he's got really good takedown defense. He did not get taken down in that fight. So I do think against a guy like Keegan, who's a grappler mainly, and I've seen Keegan get dropped by Donald Bush. He got hurt badly. I mean, with an overhand right from Donald Bush. If you're getting dropped by guys like Donald Bush, I can't really pick you to win against a guy who's got ton of power like Jacoby Jones. This fight, if you go watch that fight, I mean, he absolutely brutalized him with those elbows. nasty ground and pound. And the referee had to stop that fight a little bit early, I think, but the dude was bleeding from all over his face. I mean, I'm glad the referee stopped it because he probably would have died from losing blood. I mean, that's how bad his face was looking at the end of the fight. But yeah, I gotta pick Jacoby Jones here. I think he's gonna get the knockout here. But am I confident? I'm not that confident because I do think Gennrich has some slick jiu-jitsu. Doesn't have the takedowns to get the fight to where he needs it. I mean, even against Richie Miranda, I thought Richie Miranda did enough in that fight. Landed some nice combinations. I mean, even reversed some positions on the ground against Keegan Gennrich, and he doesn't have the best control. So even if Jacoby Jones gets taken down here, I do think Jacoby Jones can stay safe, not get submitted. Keegan, I mean, against Richie Miranda, man, that was not a good look. If I had seen him win that fight clearly, that fight could have gone either way, to be honest, if I'm being honest with you guys. It probably should have gone to Miranda based on the damage that he was landing, based on how close he was to finishing the fight. Should have gone to Richie Miranda, but they gave it to Gennrich though. But even against Donald Bush, man, I mean, Donald Bush, you should not be getting dropped by guys like Donald Bush out there who doesn't have any power. I don't think Bush has any knockouts in his career. He's got no knockouts at all, and you're out there getting dropped by guys like that. Yeah, I think Jones is gonna knock him out. But let's see, man. Let's see. Most of the topologists out here picking Gennrich, so let's see what happens, man. What are the odds right now? Gennrich is plus 180 right now. Jacoby Jones minus 220. Jacoby opened up as underdog too, so if you guys got in early, you could have made a ton of money on it. I do think he's a good bet even at minus 215. I think he's gonna get it done by knockout. I'll say first round knockout for Jacoby Jones. He's a very athletic guy. He can keep this fight on the feet and land those big bombs that he goes for. But he's gotta put the pressure on Keegan. He can't just get backed up. But Keegan has that tall man defense on the feet. He keeps his chin up high, just waiting to get countered. So I'm gonna pick Jacoby Jones by knockout here. I think he's gonna get it done. If you guys want to be betting on anyone, I think Jacoby Jones is a good bet, good parlay piece. And I think I do think Steven Esplund is gonna get it done. And I think Wes Skoltz is gonna get it done, but he's a heavy favorite here. I don't know if y'all really trust that, but I think Cheyenne Bowers is gonna get it done, but I can't really trust her the way she's been getting dropped recently. I'm pretty confident in Kendra McIntyre, but I don't like the money line. I can't get myself to better there. Some big time favorites on this card, guys. Let me know who you guys have in the comments. Let me know if you guys enjoy the breakdown down in the comments down below. And like the video, guys, helps out with the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate you all for watching the video. And make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We're working our way to 1K subscribers. So I'm gonna end this video now. This video is almost 20 minutes long. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy and have a good one, guys.